how do you get the masses to listen to more to more niche music, to more alternative music in a very bullish mainstream market, and which is what we're in. Like, I think a lot of people are more convinced to make mainstream music because that's what's being played. Um, I think the first thing that will come to mind is your music has to non-negotiable.
Okay.
Your music has to be good, not subjectively good, objectively good. Your music has to be able to party in the
Has to
room.
compete.
Yeah, it has to be
all
able to compete.
levels.
That is a non-negotiable. I think one of the things that we tend to experience is artists.
You know, what you're saying, sorry to interrupt, but what you're saying sounds like common sense, but is actually one of the most potent points about this whole thing.
Yeah.
Go, carry on.
Yeah. Artists tend to, or rather, the industry tends to view alternative and niche music as the lil bros, as the side, or this is just a hobby for this person. And if this person, which is really sad, because if I'm an artist and alternative is how I feel like I want to best translate what I want to say and communicate, and the rest of the industry is just looking at me like I'm a kid, man. Like I have no place.
You're just like
cute. This is so cute.
You're going through your emo phase.
Alternative music is the emo phase.
Yeah.
But no, so your music just has to be good, or objectively, like it has to be able to dance in the room of all its peers, right? And we're talking about, and we've had this conversation with trap, for example. We had that when that artist released like a trap, and we're talking about this. I think it was featured on the Mic Check podcast. I can't remember what his name is, but yeah. Anyway, trap. We've had this discussion in terms of like trap music. So for it to be able to first of all play well, it has to be good, right? So that's number one. I do think how it's presented. I think how it's presented is important.
But speaking of presentation and trap music, and trap at one point was niche music. It's not niche anymore, but at some point it was niche. But yeah, the people who saw huge value in trap back in the day, aka Jovi, aka Butchos, and all those guys, Kina Dopamine, right? They imparted their Kenyanness into it and developed something new, which they call shrap.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And for me, I feel like shrap was really a thing. Maybe it's not as big as it was like 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I think by them imparting Kenyan, Sheng.
Exactly. Essentially, it's Kenyan culture is what
and
it
Kenyan
is.
culture into it.
Yeah.
It became very much accepted as a sub-genre in our industry.
And essentially that's what it is, right? So outside of the music itself being good sonically, very well produced songs, well written songs, not just whatever. If this kind of music is to break free from the shackles of all the alternative lil broism.
That feels alternative lil broism.
Exactly.
That's a unique term you'll only find on this podcast.
Exactly.
Alternative lil broism is so cool.
If it needs to break away from that, there needs to be a lot of the issue that we find with this kind of music is people just imitating, and they're imitating the themes and imitating the Western cultures and all of that stuff,
but not imparting them.
And not.
Yeah.
We as an industry need to be people that are creators and communicators of culture rather than reflectors of it. We do a lot of reflecting. We do a lot of, hey, this is cool, somewhere else, I'll just shine that light here and then let me just move it forward. I don't know why. I feel so claustrophobic doing that. I almost knocked the mic over. But yeah, we do a lot of reflecting rather than actually shining the light ourselves on stuff.
That's a good analogy, actually.
So that's something that we need to... For alternative music to pick up and stay in those rooms, stay in those conversations, and those artists get the plays and
so
the shows and
we
stuff.
should be the sun, not the moon.
We should be the sun, not the moon. Exactly.
Listen, we're getting to the meat of things right now,
doing
man.
the astronomy science of the podcast.
For real, bro.
But yeah, that's. I don't know if you have any other.
No.
Ways
For me, thank you for asking me that question.
Hey yo, go ahead. Man.
The way I've thought about it, and from what I've observed, how I've observed other artists go about it. Why are you looking at me like that, bro?
Yo, talk, man.
You know when
this boy is off the rails.
You know when you're in a serious moment. Because of when you used to be in class, and then your friend
to your homie
is just looking at you like
he's doing the making about to make farting noises.
Okay. Listen, I wasn't crying anymore, bro. Anyway,
get onto it.
So the way I've rationalized it is tears. Basically, like if you even observe like how Odunsi and Santi moved when they came to perform for us, Jamison and everything, that's all through analytics. They know that they have an audience over here, and they're gonna come here and maximize on that, see how they can interact with these fans and perform and possibly enhance what they already have, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, when you look at Santi and Odunsi in Nigeria, they're not really they're not the mainstays, they're not staple names, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, why don't we do similar things? We can. There's nothing stopping us, right?
Yeah.
So the thing about an alternative artist is, or how we go about things, is we are always trying to make the mainstream
rock with us.
Exactly. And I think that approach, that approach needs to kind of end. So what you need to do, and how I think it is, like, it's so simple. It's simple, but it's tough.
Everything in creativity is simple in theory,
but it's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough, but like it's. There are people and there are communities that are niche everywhere. There is a niche crowd in Tanzania. There is a niche crowd in Uganda. There's a niche crowd in Rwanda, and one in South Africa, and in DRC, and in Ghana and Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mauritius, Cape Verde.
There's so many, bro. There's a Nigerian artist who I really like. He's an underground artist. He lives all the way in Ukraine though. But he's usually like, yo, I love my Amolo.
What's he doing over there?
Yo, I know. He's like, yo, I love my Amolo. I love Njeri. I was like, bro, how do you know all these guys? I was like, how do you know all our artists? Like, and he's like, no, I just listen to the stuff. I was like, wait. So basically, it's all about how do you maximize, or how do you target the people in these industries? Or not industry, but these other markets, right?
Yeah.
So whether you're using social media, targeted advertising, high quality content, or actually just taking your ass out there, you know what I mean? And trying to connect with these audiences, right? I think that has to be the approach. Now, when you get a bunch of niche people in all these different places to listen to your music, all of a sudden, you have your own audience that you've piecemealed together.
Okay.
And that audience becomes something. And then once a bunch of these niche people are all together listening to your music, that's when the mainstream will be like, wait.
Oh, yeah. Because the mainstream, mainstream, unfortunately,
is actually really interesting.
Mainstream is sheep. It's their sheep. They're just following around.
Essentially, yeah.
Exactly.
And so I think for me, that's the approach that I would take. Because I'm also like in the alternative spaces. You tend to be more
mainstream, alternative,
sometimes.
Sorry, not mainstream, alternative, and niche.
I dabble in all. Like I make super mainstream music, as you know, as well. So I think for me that's the approach. But anyway, those are just the thoughts that were stimulated by when.
But